Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Candid Live. It's good to have everybody here. I'll see all your smiling faces, all right? What is happening? No, guys, it's good to have you on the show this evening. Again, as we are live, you can comment, and your comments will come through to me here in the studio, and I'll be able to see, first of all, who is watching, second of all, where you're from, and third of all, what is your favourite burger from McDonald's? There you go. There's your question for the day. Let me know, guys, in the comments. Who are you? Where are you from? What's your favourite burger from McDonald's? I'm a Big Mac. I am a Big Mac. I love a good Big Mac. And I was so delighted whenever McDonald's kind of opened again. We were straight there. Queue was a bit dreadful, but we were there. So that was pretty awesome. Guys, it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, the 30th of June. Do you know tomorrow is the 1st of July? Whoa, where has the time gone since March? That's what I want to know. Connor has said a chicken burger. Connor, you eat everything chicken. Like, I've seen you with bowls of chicken and rice, and that's it. So, good on you, mate. Good on you. Again, we've had guests on the show, all the way from our people who have come to see the show, all the way from Australia, also from Germany, all over America, which is awesome as well. So, if you are from any of those countries, let us know where you're from. Let us know who you are, and let us know what is your favorite burger from McDonald's. Guys, we had a fabulous night here on Saturday. We had our end of term recital, which was great, and the kids did an amazing job. And you should be able to see that still on our Facebook page and also on YouTube. So good job to all of our students. You did amazing. You're going to get a rapturous round of applause because you're so awesome. So well done to you guys. You did amazing. We also have a couple of other things coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow, people, we have our UPA in the park, so Uplift Performing Arts in the park, over at the Bell Toy Pitches. Now, we have every finger, every nook and cranny, every toe crossed that the weather is going to be good. So please keep us in your prayers, folks. We really do hope that works so that we'll have a really good afternoonie with everybody. So that'll be really cool. And that there is a few spaces left for that I'm aware of. I think there's 11 in the younger kids, and we can take up to 15. So there's 4 spaces. Do you see how I did there? That was quick math. And also we've got 12 in our older age group, so only 3 spaces available for that. So do go onto our Facebook page, find that little link to do the online registration form, because we're not allowed to handle paper. So send us that, and we'll be in touch. So we have that. Also, we have our Summer Stage online workshop. Boom! Right there. Take classes from over 30 international teachers from America, Japan, Australia, and right here in the UK. All for the bargain price. If you are P1 to P7, it is, you guys, it is 30 quid. And if you are first year and up from 2 to 4 each day, it is £60. That is a bit of a bargain. Okay, especially if you're going to be getting so many international teachers teaching the class. And the way it'll work is they are sending us, out of the 30 teachers, they are sending us specific classes they are teaching for the different age groups. So you will have maybe 15 classes throughout the week if you're the little kids, and again 15 classes out of the older ones, but again with all those different teachers and experiencing some really cool cultural diversity within the arts, which I love, and the fact that we can kind of bring this together. But I do have a slight hope that we will also be able to do part of it live. I know that sounds so silly, live, but we'll be able to do part of it down at the studio in physical form. Yes, not virtual, but physical. So keep an eye out for that, and we'll try and make a few changes to that as lockdowns ease and as our studio gets up to scratch of what it needs to be for you beautiful people out there. So again, it's good to see you. We've 17 people watching so far. Keep them coming in, guys. Keep liking and loving this, and keep commenting. Let us know who you are, where you're from, what your favourite burger is. This is our last show of this series. Yes, we're going to take a wee break for a while. Going to recharge my batteries. Going to come up with a few more ideas, get a few more guests, and hopefully come back towards the end of July or start of August. We'll see how it goes. We might be able to bring in a few other uplifters and stuff like that as well. Hello, Karen, all the way from Hamburg. Good to have you on the show. Good to see you today. Now, folks, we are going to move on to our charity of the choice. for this week. You're able to donate any amount you want. Just click on the URL, which I'll post into the comments during this video, or you could use this little QR code down here. Get your phone, scan it if you're watching on a tablet. If you're not, then if you're watching on a phone, you're just gonna have to use the URL, aren't you? So we'll move on to that now and let you see that while I put up the QR or the UTR code. Yes, there we go. It's coming, I think.
I feel like I have such a unique opportunity to be a part of the village, you know, that helps like shape these students.
To be a part of a child's happy moments and joyous moments that inspire them to live life better and to be happier as an adult. To me, that's you can't ask for anything better.
Student that I thought of working with, and he came in like a full grade level below, and when we finished that year, he was over a full grade level ahead in reading. That's such an insane, rewarding moment.
I don't think mentors always realize what a big deal they are to these kids and how important they are in their life. You really are making a difference, and the hour a week is well worth it.
So there you go, folks. That is our charity of this week and the charity to end our series as well. So that is Center for Success. It's actually based over in Michigan. It's a good friend of my wife, Amy, and Ryan Eichler and stuff started it a long time ago. And we're just glad to be able to donate stuff. And we currently have about 23 quid raised for them, but we would love to get that up to 50 because, again, with the American exchange rate, that will be even more for them. So we'd love it if anybody is able to donate. If you're feeling it in your soul to donate, please do. Even if it's £2.50, I'll be delighted that we can give a little bit more to them. So now, folks, we're going to move on to our guest for this evening. It should have came through there on the Facebook page. If not, there is the QR code again. But we're not going to move on to our guest. We have the lovely, the very talented, the spectacular. I could go on all night, folks. I really could. But we are going to be going on. Have the amps in the background changed? Who's that? No, they're all the same. If you watch this show, this isn't like Joe Wicks, and I don't change things around me, folks. All right. So the amps are the same. Anyway, moving on, because I was just talking about how incredibly talented this young lady was, and then I got interrupted there. But folks, this is the wonderful, put your hands together for Rebekah Boyd. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, live studio audience, we're a bit slow there.
Hi.
There we go. Hello, Rebekah. How's it going?
Not too bad. And yourself? How are you?
I'm keeping very, very well on this lovely Tuesday, the 30th of July. It's all well and good. So we've got a couple of comments coming in already. Some people who maybe know you just saying, "Hey, Rebekah, what's happening? Good to see you." So your fan base is here tonight, which I love. Rebekah, we're going to start off with a game, if that is okay. We for the last maybe I want to say 5 weeks of the show, we've been asking celebrities a question, because I call you celebrities. You are a celebrity tonight on my show. I know, right? Guess. It's amazing. But I'm going to throw 30 seconds up on the clock, right? I'm going to get some funky music, which Jenna loves. There we go. Got it going here. Okay, and you're going to have 30 seconds to name as many of a certain topic as possible. Now, the worst you can do is 6. Okay, that's not bad. But the one you need to beat is 16.
Right, okay. Good to know.
So no pressure at all. Okay, clear your mind, and here we go. Okay, your 30 seconds will begin when I tell you to name as many fruits as possible.
Okay. Pineapple, mango, kiwi, banana, apple, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries.
20 seconds.
I
told you, right?
passion fruit.
Yes.
What's dragon fruit?
Yes.
Cherries, coconuts.
7, 5.
No,
Come on.
no. I don't know. I think it's a 9.
Time is up, Rebekah. Time is up. But again, you're going to get a massive round of applause because it was awesome.
I got so well.
Rebekah, I love the way that people think you're able to see comments in the show as well. And what they do is they start sending them. So they're like trying to help you. So there's people out there who's really willing you to do really well. But do you know what, Rebekah? You actually did really well there. Now, some people will say it was an easy topic, okay? But you showed that after the first 7, you froze. And you were like, it's a hard game to play. It's a hard game to play. But Rebekah, you got a grand old total of 12 points. 12 points. So it's not quite to the top there, but you did an amazing job. That is definitely high table. That's like Champions League qualifications. So well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Did an amazing job. So Joanna Johnson, congratulations. You are the first series winner with a grand old 16. It's another Larnian, see? Just
the talent's all down here.
demolishing this game. But that was awesome. 12, well done. Well done. Rebekah, we've known each other for a good wee while, I would say, a few years. But I don't really know a ton about your history. I don't know a lot about you as a wee nipper growing up in Larne, or whether that was somewhere else. I don't know. So give us a wee bit of a brief history about you, where you came from, what you did, all that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, I did live in Larne. I've always lived here, never moved house. Mm-hmm. So I've lived in Larne, and when I was in like primary school, I was one of those kids that just wanted to get involved in everything. It wasn't really musical at that point. Uh-huh. I started piano lessons when I was 7, but they were just we weren't really intense. I mean, I just kind of went to my lesson and played along kind of thing. And then really in school, I would have tried playing hockey, and just when I went to all the after school clubs, my mum was just like, you can only choose a couple. I'm that child who was wanting to go every day to every after school club. Yeah. That was me. I was just that child. But actually, when I was in primary school, I learned to play the cello as well. That was when they give you an instrument, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So your school give you a cello?
I know. My mum was
I wonder how many schools have given out things like that and they've just gone missing. You know, here's a violin. Thanks very much. That's on the black market. That's an extra 200 quid. Thanks very much, school.
Cheers for that. I don't really know. I'm sure they definitely do go missing, but I'll get them back.
That's good, Rebekah. That's good.
Yeah, no, I did it. It was so funny though. They got you to sing happy birthday or something, and then they decide whether you're good enough to learn an instrument from that. And then my mom thought I was maybe going to play the violin or the flute, and then I just walked out of school with this big cello on my back.
I was going to say, imagine walking out with that. That's like a scene from a mafia movie where people walk out with, this is my violin, and you're like, no, I got a bazooka. Look, check out this cello. Cello. Oh, that's hilarious.
That's me literally in P4, and yeah, my mum, I don't even think she knew what it was at that point, but we grew to really like the cello. I enjoyed playing that.
I was going to say, is it one of those instruments that you played, at the very start, was it hard to listen to? Or for your mum, was it hard to listen to? Because I always find with, I played violin for a while, and then I give it up because I just couldn't stop looking at my fingers compared to the page. And my teacher was so adamant about, look at the page, don't look at the fingers, don't look at the fingers. Even to a stage where he, cut out this little thing that went over my bridge that said stop looking at me, and I was like, at that point I was like, I think I'm done. I think I'm just done.
I'm gonna leave it here.
I think I'll just say thanks very much and get out. And then
the traditional ones where they don't really use music, if it's a trad.
Yes, that's exactly it. So Sophie Greer's my violinist. If I ever need a violinist, I just go to Sophie. And then the anger of the violin led me on to beating drums for quite a long time. That got me back into music, so that was kind of cool. So see the decorations that you have on your piano behind you.
Oh, yes.
Is that in representation to you playing cello, and then is the other person somebody else in the family?
Yes, this is what I was just going to say. That's so funny you noticed, yeah.
It's my international director's eye, you see there, Rebecca, is I don't miss very much.
Yeah, Mum got that because that's between me on the cello, and then my sister, she plays the violin.
Okay.
But it's funny when you say, like, is it a hard instrument for, like, my mum to listen to?
Yeah.
I think, like, the cello, it definitely could be screechy, but nothing like the violin, like, because it's so high. It just is so screechy.
Have you guys ever done any, like, weddings or anything together?
No, we actually haven't. Though, to be fair, I did the cello in primary school. I did a few grades on it, but then when I went to secondary school, that was when I decided that I wanted to do singing lessons, and I did want to keep the cello on, but I just couldn't do everything, and lessons cost money as well. So
yes, they very much do. Very much do.
I don't know, maybe I'll get back to it at some point. I would like to, but
that'd be
yeah.
cool. That'd be cool. Yeah. So whenever you were in school as well, did you do any little shows when you were in school, primary school, secondary school, anything like that?
It's actually quite funny. In primary school, we did like the Nativity, P3, and it was the choral service.
It's a staple. It's a staple. Yeah, we've all done it, Rebecca. We've all been there. We've all held baby Jesus.
Sadly, not me. I was in the rear.
You were what?
I was the narrator. Like, I didn't. In primary school, it was quite quiet.
Yeah.
I really was not that dramatic, or like I didn't.
That's
do
hard
any
to believe, Rebecca. It's hard to believe.
Funny, but it's actually funny because my first cousin, we are the same age, and we went to like nursery together, and then we went to primary school and then secondary school.
Oh my days.
And when we were in primary school, we were then in the same nativity, and he was like the star of the show. Like, he hit everyone in stitches, and he was so dramatic. And then me, I was actually like the narrator, and all I did, like, I just stood and read and was very like, I could read well, but there was no drama added to it, just reading at the side of the stage. And then that's like secondary school, and then the tables turned, and then Jacob, he gave up the acting, and then that's when I started taking it on.
Taking it on. Brilliant. Well, I'll tell you, the narrator is one of the best roles you can get in Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat, so don't diss a good narrator, you know? and what I was going to say as well is I do a gig now where I go to schools and I video their Christmas shows, and the ones that I do for primary school in particular are priceless. Because half the time you have to try and really focus to record it, because it's so cute that after a while you're sitting there going, oh, this is good. I mean, focus. You know? But some of the diversity of what they do, like, it's not just the nativity anymore. It's like Santa's lost his hat, and there's other ones like the story of the innkeeper. He's the main kind of thing, you know, and all this kind of stuff.
That was I remember. If I remember my nativity, it was ages ago, but that was my cousin was
if
the
I can remember it, even though I was stage left beside Daniel. Yes, that's right, if I remember. Yeah, that's hilarious. That's so good. So we did, okay, with nativity, all that kind of stuff. Now, did you do anything else like that? Because I know some schools do little musicals and things like that, and we did James and the Giant Peach whenever I was at school, and I was the grasshopper. We did The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and I got to play Peter, which was that was kind of the start off. I know, leading guy, all right. But what about you? What kind of things did you have the chance to do? Anything like that, or anything in secondary school?
Honestly, in primary school, I really didn't. I was in the orchestra and I played the cello, just really, and I was in the choir, but so was everyone. It wasn't really. I did.
The choir. Everybody was in the choir.
Everyone. I mean,
everybody's in the choir, guys.
Choir, up you get.
If you can sing Happy Birthday, you're in the choir.
That's it, pretty much. So yeah, I did that. I think we went actually around nursing homes, and then my cousin, the star of the show, was supposed to be singing, and another girl in my class, but then she got too nervous, and then they made me sing last minute. So I did that in the end, but that like really came out of nowhere. Yeah, but I did that, and then it really started more in secondary school. I really didn't sing much at all. I did like, me and my sister and my cousin did a little band for one night only in church, sang one song then, but that was really it.
And then one night only?
Yeah. And then in secondary school, it was like second year I started doing singing lessons, but I just went to my lessons and I didn't sing anywhere else or anything like that until like third year I started singing in my church a little bit, and I built like some confidence there a wee bit, and then I started doing like choirs in school, and I did the music festival. I was so nervous. Like I can remember, and I wasn't an actor at this point. Like I only did music, and I remember I remember the song. It was like I Could Have Danced All Night was my musical theatre one.
Yes, what a tune.
I had like the actions so planned in my head. Like here, I'm going to move to dance, and I will do this action here. Like that was how I thought. Like acting was not natural at all. And then, but then after that, I started. I really enjoyed that in the end, and once I got up and did that song, I gained a little bit more confidence, and then I was classically trained to begin with singing, and then we did one musical theatre song for each grade, so I kind of got like a taster, and then all my friends started to move. Well, we were still with the same teacher, but we're starting to do musical theatre, and I was like, oh, I kind of like to do that, but I'm not sure. And then I kind of waited and kept going with the classical for a bit, and then I was like, oh, well, I'll try it. And then I started doing musical theatre, but I kept the classical going as well. I did both, because with the classical training it was easier. I just jumped in and did a couple of grades up at like the higher end for musical theatre, but I also did, it was like third year I started going to the SBA in Ballymena, like the Belfast Performing Arts. I just started doing that, but like I was really shy. I'd never danced before, and like I was just starting to get a bit more confidence, and I just went there. And then like I did start. I was one of the 3 girls that followed Gaston around. We did that.
Beauty and the Beast, very cool.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast. We did that, and then from that, James Hewish saw me dancing in that, and then asked me to do West Side Story, because I remember them talking about the auditions and me being like, I'll never get in, like it's a dancing show. I am not confident. And then he ended up like asking, and then I went and did it, and then like confidence just gradually grew little bit by bit, and like I was like at the back of the dances and stuff, but I just gradually did a wee bit more, and I started doing other shows up in Belfast with different companies, and then I met yous, and I was doing dinner theatre. That really actually helped my dancing confidence, because there's so many dances. That was
my goodness, it's a bit of a whirlwind. So it is. Let's pause it there for a second, because I have 2 people who have come on who I've never met before. We have Meg McCubbin. She's a good friend, and then Nathan Joel.
Oh yes, that's the boyfriend.
Hi guys, good to see you. Megan is just giving you plenty of applause hands. She's like, bravo. And then Nathan's coming on with she was in lots of musicals. Like Rebecca's done a lot, guys. She's done a lot.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what he says. She goes, she was in lots of musicals. She's done lots.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah, I have actually now.
Now looking back, you kind of realise, okay, I was in quite a lot.
But I didn't do many at first, and then once I started and I really liked it, I was going from one show to the next show, and I didn't stop.
You just got the performance bug. There's nothing like getting up on stage and just being with your friends and giving it stacks, you know? That's class. Yeah, so we were talking there briefly, because it's one of the things I was speaking about as well, was that you came and you did Uplift with us in our dinner theatre, and that's usually one of our summer projects. It's an intensive, and we get a lot of our older students together, and you literally have a week to put together a 2-hour show, and the musical variety of the show can be such a contrast. My only regret about that show is not knowing your musical talent more. Because if I had known that, I probably would have threw you up onto the band a few times to do a couple of things, you know.
To be fair, I'm more confident now on the piano, so I probably would not even have, like, I've got more confidence as it went on, so I probably would have been like...
Well, there you go. It's embedded in there now, Rebecca. It's embedded in there now. I'll always remember it. So who would you say then inspired you to perform? Out of all the people that you kind of watched, or you kind of thought, okay, I could really do that, who kind of inspired you to perform?
It's actually quite funny. It's always like local people from my town more than like seeing someone on TV. Like I just want to be like people that's achievable, and And it was actually, I remember like Joanna Johnson coming to our school, and I did like the dance. We'd had like aerobics and dance, and I joined in those teams in like third year or something. And I remember her taking the dance, and like she was always singing along when she was teaching the dance. I'm like, oh, this girl's something else. I'm just like, I want to be like you. It was so funny. And then she worked with you so much, and then when they did the dinner theatre and the other shows, I got to know her more, and she's still class and or
That's
dancing.
the thing I love about JoJo is so down to earth, and she is so level-headed for somebody with such ridiculous talent.
I know.
And it's such a great breath of fresh air to see that. If anybody doesn't know of Joanna Johnson, you need to go hit up her Instagram. You need to go find her on Facebook, because she's going to be a future star, folks, in the West End.
Yeah, I'm always like, I'm going to be a star here.
What?
When I see her, I'm always like, I'm going to know a star in the future.
Oh.
When I see her Candid and posting her videos, I'm like,
Sorry.
she'll be on.
It's alright there. I love that. So then, Rebekah, let's go off topic a little bit more. What are some of your other hobbies that aren't musical?
I've actually started doing more things that aren't musical now. I used to be really musically focused, but now I've actually got a surfboard beginning of.
No, you do not.
I know. So I've started taking up. When I was travelling, I started doing like a few lessons. I'd done it when I was younger in the caravan, just the odd lesson here in the summer.
Yeah.
And then I didn't touch it. And then when I was travelling, like, you know, tropical vibes, and I'm like, I want to surf. And then I was like, I would love to be decent. Like, I would like to be just a good level, like confident. And so then I came home, and I was like, I remember when I went in the summer, like the waves were so small. I was like, Ireland doesn't have many waves.
Yeah.
And then when I looked into it, it's like, we do. Like,
It's
we
up
do.
around Port
Well,
Rush,
like,
isn't it?
yeah, it's all Portrush, and definitely like, see, like Donegal, like the Wild Atlantic Way down there, there's just so many.
Oh, cool.
So now I start to try and get
Look
more
at
into
you
it.
knowing all the places and all now, you wee surfer dude. Love it.
No, I'm looking into it more now, but I still need so much practice. But it's just good to get out. I like just doing stuff in the water. Like, even I started doing like stand-up paddle boarding, like any wee things that I can do that way. And yeah, I just like to be out in the water. And
That's cool.
yeah.
That is awesome. What about food-wise? What's your favourite kind of food?
Ooh, food.
Like if I said go and get yourself carry or like a carry out, what? Go if you were to go and get yourself like takeout, what would you go for?
I take out, if I was just going for the standard, I love a curry chip. If I was just going for chip. But if I was going a little
That's
bit
such a
more
Northern
fancy,
Irish thing to say, though, isn't it, Rebekah? It's such a Northern Irish. I'll just go for a good old curry chip place. Like all of our, like, there's a girl Roma who watches this show in Helen from Australia, and they're gonna comment later when they wake up, and they're gonna be like, "What's the curry chip?"
that would be try. It's a classic.
The classic, or a curry half and half. That's another one.
That's
Half of what?
Yeah.
Half of what? I'll tell you, Roma. It is half chips, half rice,
Yeah.
and curry.
Brilliant. That's it. No, I love that. Or else I would get, I'm vegetarian. If I was going a bit more fancy, I would get a veggie burger. A good veggie burger is.
Where's the best place to get a veggie burger in Larne?
If I know it's really unhealthy, but it's so nice. The one in Brooklyn Bay. Oh,
Brooklyn Bay.
unreal. There's so many good ones.
It's got great
Right.
portions down there. I like it. Not sponsored
Yeah.
by them whatsoever here, folks. Not sponsored by them whatsoever. But it's a good place to go. You touched on this earlier, Rebekah. You touched on it, the traveling. So after dinner theatre, we just inspired you so much with different cultures of like music that you just decided that you wanted to go and travel the world. So first of all, where did this come from? Because I just remember like literally being like, oh, Rebekah's around. Let's pull Rebekah into a few more shows. And it was like, hey, Rebekah, do you want to come do a show? She's like, no, I'm in Thailand. And I'm like, what? So
Where did this come from?
where did this idea of, okay, I'm going to go travel the world? Now, it's a great idea. And for anybody out there who's taking a gap year or anything like that, if you have the finances to do it, I would say go for it, because it's a brilliant way just to inwardly grow, I think. But like, what was your idea behind it, and what kind of made you think, right, I'm going to do it? And then where did you go?
Well, I had always, I don't know, honestly, from primary school, like there's a wee thought in my head, like, oh, that, I don't know, just when I finished school, I want to travel and I want to see more places. And we didn't really go on that many foreign holidays. We started to do a few more as a family, but we don't travel loads as a family. But I don't know, I just had this feeling of like, oh, I want to see a bit more, like just get to know other cultures. Like there's so much more out there.
Yeah.
And then it was really, once I got to like lower sixth, I was so set on it. Like even when I was applying for uni, I deferred my entry. I ended up doing dentistry, and it's really like it's competitive to get into, so I was really risking it by saying, no, I also want to defer my entry. So like it was like just like but I was so set on it. I was like, if I have to, I'll just apply again, because I just didn't want to miss the opportunity. So I was really, really set on it from like lower sixth, and I started working in the music yard. I started teaching music lessons, singing and
Shout
piano.
out to Thomas and the team down there.
Yes, I started working with them and earning a bit more money there, and I was also playing the piano down in Ballygally Hotel, the wee castle down there. I was playing in the Carvery
For
down
anybody
there.
who's not from that area, it's a fancy hotel. It's a fancy hotel.
It is nice. So I've been doing that for a few years now, and I was like saving money from that, and then I was like, it was so funny. Like in my head, I was just like, if I could get that much, like I hit, like have a milestone in my head, and I was like, if I could get that much, I'm defermentary, and that's it. And I was like, even if I work abroad, if I can't get the money, like I'll work abroad, I'll be an au pair. Like there's always ways to go. Like if that's your priority. And I was like selling old formal dresses, anything I could get money from, and just, but it was actually really good because it pushed me to take more opportunities. Like I started working in the music yard, but I had that like idea in my head that I wanted to save money for that. So it was like, I was really nervous about starting to teach lessons, but that was like the driving force. And then when I started doing like the birthday parties and character performances for Superheroes NI, it was me. I had messaged them just to see if they were hiring anyone, or just to let them know that I would be interested in doing it if they were looking for someone. But I would never have done that had like the idea of traveling not been pushing me. So it's so funny, and now it's brilliant. Like I love doing it. But it was the idea of traveling that just pushed me, like just do it, because I knew I would enjoy it, but just had to put myself out there.
I love that, because Nathan again, this is your, I found your super fan here, Rebekah. Okay, because Nathan has just come back on saying she used to play piano in Spain.
Yes.
I don't even know if he was there with you, but he knows this information, Rebekah. He is like #1 fan. Like he is the guy on your Facebook with a diamond that says top fan.
Yes. He's a top supporter.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Do you know what? That's a really cool topic to actually bring up, because I think hopefully the people who are watching this show are of a younger age group, around our age and all that kind of stuff. And I've always found that if you have a set goal for an amount that you want to get to, then you'll get it. But if you don't have a set amount, you just say, oh, I'm just going to save my money. You're never going to save it. So if you set yourself a benchmark of, I need $5,000 in 2 years' time, you would be surprised how quickly you will save that up, because you've got that goal. Amy and I are doing a thing called Financial Peace University. Now, it's an online course, and we got it as a Christmas present from some friends and family. And it's just about helping you like set money to the side for your kids, as well as retirement and business and da-da-da-da. And some of the stuff is great. And that's one of the things they talk about, is that you should have a goal of setting how much you want to save, and then aim for that goal, because you'll actually get, even if you said, right, I want to raise $5,000 in 2 years, you'll find that you'll raise that in maybe a year, and then you'll be like, whoa, I can really do this.
So many people, especially like around my age, I know I've been lucky and that I do music and I have those opportunities, and I've done performing. Like it does open different like job opportunities, it definitely does, and I'm lucky that way. But even before that, like I was working in like wee coffee shops, and like now I'm working in Spar. Like I do pick up just normal, and I was working in Ballygally Castle as a waitress, and the summer before traveling, like I always would do just like normal jobs as well. And you can put the money aside, and if you just have like a budget in your head of like, week to week I kind of want to spend about this much, and you then have the goal of like, this is how much, like a benchmark of how much money you want to save. Like you really can.
So careful what I buy, because my wife literally goes through our books with a tooth comb, and like
Oh,
she'd be
yeah.
like, "What is this?" I'm like, "I bought a chocolate bar," and she's like, "Was it in the budget?" But no, she's really good actually. She's really really good. She knows that I'm the one that will go and spend something. Like money will come in, and I'll be like, "Oh, I could really do with a new MacBook Pro," and she'll be like, "No, you don't. No, you don't. We need to put that money towards clearing the van's debt." And you're like, "Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense." But here, the other thing I wanted to touch on because you brought it up was dentistry. I had no idea you wanted to go into dentistry. That is so cool. I have so much respect for people who are dentists and orthodontists because they saved my life. So they did with my teeth. My teeth were awful, Rebecca. I mean, like these two ones here, whatever they're called, they were in behind my front two teeth. So it looked like I had 4 front teeth at one point in my life.
My gosh.
Right?
When was that? When you were like a teenager?
Yeah.
Or...
I'm talking maybe like 3rd year, 4th year, right? And obviously you're going through 3rd year, 4th year thinking, I have 4 front teeth. This is brilliant. And you're trying to fit in. You're trying to do all this kind of stuff. You could hide chewing gum in it, which was good, which meant the teacher wouldn't they'd be like, got the hang of no, not it. But I went to see an orthodontist about getting braces on, and they referred me to the School of Dentistry, right? So then I was seen by people from the School of Dentistry for about 3 years, right? Got my braces on, got a couple of teeth taken out, not all the ones that were needed, but got a couple taken out, got my braces, and after 3 years, life was good. Ryan had straight teeth. This was glorious, right? Then what did Ryan do? Right?
I was like, there's
a big butt coming, Rebecca, because Ryan decided that he would go to Michigan to audition for the Young Americans, and I forgot my retainer in the bathroom on the day I was leaving to get on the airplane. So because of that, I was away for a week, and by the time I got home, I'd still forgot to like put the retainer in, so another week went by. Then I remembered, I was like, oh, rubbish, my retainer. Tried to fit it back in, wouldn't fit, right? Now, we're talking millimeters here, nothing too big. Went back to the School of Dentistry, and the guy goes, listen, we need to put your braces on for another maybe 6-7 months. And I thought, oh, no way. I can't do that because I am moving to America in like 2 months to go and study. And he's like, well, listen, we'll make a note that when you come back from America, we'll put them back on and you will make something work. I was like, really, really, oh, this is awesome. Now, remember earlier when I said I didn't get all my teeth taken out and needed to? They thought they could cram them in? Bad move. Because I went to America and those other teeth had started to move those teeth back. So by the time I went, like the 3 years I spent in the Young Americans, my teeth were pretty much back to square one. So then I came home, went to the School of Dentistry. They stuck them on for another 3 years. I had to get them taken off 2 days before my wedding. Okay? Go on honeymoon, come home, put them back on for 3 months.
That's the worst braces story I've ever heard.
So I have so much respect for people who are orthodontists because it didn't even cost me a dime as well because it was all done through the School of Dentistry. And I have so much because I can just go.
Okay, because it was like obviously you get your first set for free. I know you're all sorted. You get your first set for free when you're younger, but then they'll not put them on again. But because you were through the School of Dentistry, you're able to get that. So lucky.
Kudos to those guys. Kudos to those guys.
That could be me putting braces on. No, I wouldn't be doing braces.
Is that something you still want to do?
I don't know. At the minute it's just general dentistry, and then after you can specialise on different things. But yeah, that's so funny you were there. I haven't at the minute. I'm only working on the fake phantom heads in their teeth. I haven't made it onto patients yet. I'm only in first year.
That's amazing.
So I'm going into second now. But
where are you studying?
Queen's up in Belfast.
Queens. Yeah. Class. Well, there you go, folks. Rebecca could be working on your teeth, helping you smile better. So, out of the places you went traveling, tell us where some of the places were. What was your favourite?
Oh my goodness, my favourite question, so hard. Well, the general area was Southeast Asia. That was like the main place, and we did like a loop round traveling, like started in like Thailand, then Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, the Philippines, and then I went to Bali as well. So really looked our way around, and it was brilliant. So much of it is like my favourite place is to do with the people that were there, so I know it'd be different going back. Yeah. but I would say like probably my favorite country was Vietnam. Probably
Cool.
just regardless of the people, just like for culture and like ease of travel and so many different. It changes when you're in the north. It's like totally different to being in the middle. I didn't actually even go to the south. I would love to go back and do the south,
Yeah.
but it just there's so much variation in that one country. It's crazy.
So cool.
And it's even cheap. It's much cheaper than Thailand. So like we were able to live it up a bit more there than we were in Thailand.
I was going to say, because everything's made in Thailand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Vietnam's the place to get your stuff from, folks.
Indeed.
So that's really,
Yeah.
really cool. I love that. I went to Japan, so I did a couple of summers ago, and love the culture, love the people, love the food. It's absolutely incredible. So earlier on, also, you said you were doing a couple of wee gigs for Superheroes NI. So tell us a wee bit more about that. And I love the fact that you actually called them to find out what was available, because I love when people contact us. I might not always have the work for them, but I love when people contact us and say, hey, I would love to help in some capacity. And that's how someone like that, no joke, that is how Jack started working for us. And it was actually it was his mother. So I give a big kudos to Dawn, because Dawn sent me an email saying, I have a son, he's not doing anything and he loves performing arts, can you make him do something, please? And I was like, sure, send him down to see me. And he came down and saw me, and we kind of hit it off, and the rest is history. He's now teaching classes and stuff like that. Well, not right now, he's furloughed, but yeah, that's a cool way to kind of put yourself out there. So if you're watching and you're thinking, oh, I'd love to do that, I'll just contact them, folks. Just give them a wee bit of a heads up and be like, here, I'm game.
I got so lucky. There's now that I've started doing it, and I've been doing it for a couple of years now. I just contacted. I knew Elaine and Orla in Real Princess and and I knew Elaine at the time, and I had said to her like that I'd be interested in doing it, and we'd just been talking about it. But at that point, their company was really, really small. They just didn't have the funds to bring anyone else on. And then I obviously have my travels coming up, so I was trying to make money before going away. So it was like pushing me on to do it. And so then that was when I messaged Superheroes NI, and it just so happened that like they had been mainly doing superheroes. That's why it's called Superheroes NI. But he had costumes and was wanting to branch out further with princesses. Yeah. And his girlfriend, she would have done some princesses, but she didn't really want to do it as much anymore, because she's like 30 now. So she's like, I just feel a bit old for it. Sure. And so then he was like, this is perfect. Like, and we're exactly the same size. Like, you can use her costume. It's brilliant. So I like just gave it a go and was super nervous, but like I knew I could do it, but I was just nervous about it. And then we went to like the first gig, and it was great because there was like 4 characters all out together, and his girlfriend was there as well. And we did that, and then I was like, this is great, this is fun, like I could do this. And then just started doing more. He got more costumes in for different princesses, and then I started doing like Wonder Woman, and Mary Poppins got brought in. That's such a fun one. And I just started branching out and doing more princesses. And then as he got a few more people to work for the company and have more costumes, he was able to contact more venues, or he already had venues and organizations.
Because we've used them a couple of times as well, and I must say that the professionalism of them is fantastic. And like I think we had Batman and Thor come down for a Once Upon a Comic, which was like Once Upon a Princess and comic books all in one place down at World of Wonder. And it was class. It was so cool. Like the girls who we had down doing the princesses were just walking around going, have you seen Thor? Oh my days. Because your Thor has some big guns, like, you know. It's,
there's such really nice people, and everyone just loves it so much. Like for some people, like it's a hobby as well. Like for me, I got into it as a job, but knowing that I would enjoy it at the same time. Whereas for some people, like they just love like dressing up and cosplaying and stuff, so they like really like have their own costumes and are always getting more, and it's just really exciting. And everyone like was just like it's a really professional company, because now that I've started working with them, I just realised how lucky I was. So I heard about other ones, and like the fact that I just messaged them, and I didn't know anyone personally in the company, and it's worked out so well, and it's been perfect. And I've just started doing lots of different gigs with them, and it keeps you on your toes. Each of them are so different. You don't know what you're walking into, and like, because we've been at like some business ones. It was out in Donegal, and we went to it, and it was like this business, and they had an events organizer come in, and they had everything, like this red carpet and all these fancy like sports cars, and like a jazz singer and a caricature, you know, the ones where they do really funny. They were there. They had like 4 characters, like they had everything, and like a buffet and all, and it was just, you honestly don't know what you're going into. But then that was all adults, so I'm used to having children and birthday parties. It's like, now I'm Mary Poppins to these adults.
Mary Poppins, and the adults will try harder to try and break your character as well. So it's one of those ones where you really have to try and really stay focused in your character. You know, that's really cool. Who's your favorite superhero? Talking about superheroes, this is a Connor Kemp question. It's come through the comments. Oh, here.
I didn't really watch that much superhero films, but once I got into it, I do like Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's
pretty cool. I wish now I had a picture that I could have put up of you wearing Wonder Woman outfit, but I can't. What about what is your favorite film?
Oh goodness,
that's another one that's come in from Taylor Clements.
This is really difficult.
Sound of Music.
I always change. Oh goodness. I honestly couldn't tell. I'll tell you something like.
Yes.
I haven't watched it in ages now. I love The Notebook. That was a wee classic. And then I'm trying to think. I've just had a blank.
A blank?
Since I've watched. I've been watching loads of series on Netflix. But movie wise, I can't honestly remember. That's awful.
That is okay. Who's your favorite character to play? Is it Mary Poppins?
Probably Mary Poppins, and I do like doing Rapunzel and Anna are really fun because they're like bubbly characters. But
I was just gonna say, my daughter is gonna freak out when she sees this. Oh my days! That is so cool.
It's so funny. Like that was right at the beginning when I started. So when I see that, it's like it's just I think it was so long ago. It's so cute.
That is awesome. And like the fact that you have where is he? Look, there he is with his goatee's finest.
Yes, there's Sturgeon.
I love it.
Yes,
that's mega. That is mega. Because I was trying to scroll through very quickly just to see if I could find the Wonder Woman one, but too far. Oh, I found Greece. You were in Greece.
What is it?
You were in Greece.
Oh yes, that's right. I haven't even mentioned that. Yes, I was in Greece. That was the last show we did in school. And I was lucky. That's Meg, who's in the comments. Me and her shared the role of Sandy on different nights. So yeah, it was really good fun. That was my first like leading role in a show. So that was like a really different experience than usual, but it was really, really good fun.
Love that. Well, I can't find one for now, but we'll move on. We'll move on. Folks, during this part of the show as well, our video at the Vault wasn't advertised today because the whole point is we want you guys to vote on which of these 4 you would like to see played again. So we have Mamma Mia, the medley. We have On Your Feet, the medley. Hard to Be the Bard, or Sister Act, the medley. So you have 4 to choose from, folks. So between now and the end of Rebekah's interview, make sure that you comment and let us know which of those ones, and I'll do a wee tally chart here out of those. So Mamma Mia medley, On Your Feet medley, Hard to Be the Bard, or Sister Act. So obviously you're not doing any of that kind of stuff now. You're not able to do any of the princess material. You're not able to do any of the gigs and the playing pianos and all that kind of fun stuff. So what have you been doing to kind of flex your musical muscle?
Well, at the minute, I've just been doing, I haven't done any really recently, but over the past few weeks, I started doing some lives on my Facebook page, which is Rebekah Boyd, singer and pianist, if anyone wants to follow. But yeah, I started doing that, which is really good fun. And it pushes me to learn some new music. So I'm always playing, but I never finish the pieces. Whereas when I know I've said I'm doing a live, I'm like, right, I need to actually complete the pieces. Always play little, like I'll play the chorus of something and never just complete the piece. So that pushes me to do that, and it was really good fun. I've done a few now, and it's been great. Like you just get so much more interaction than on just a normal video when it's live. Everyone's commenting, and especially on the first ones when lockdown restrictions were like harsher. And like my granny was just so excited to be seeing her friends in the comments. Like she's like, look who's there. Like everyone, it was just really cute. And my mum was enjoying like seeing her cousins and stuff were in the comments. So it was just really nice. It's like a social thing as well. Like everyone was like replying to each other, and it was just really good. And like I love when people give me requests and stuff, because usually like when I choose my music, I'll like, if I'm at a gig and I look around, I can just kind of like look at the age of the audience and like,
and try and get an idea. Yeah, absolutely. Because that's the same thing about this show. We have no idea what really the market is that people watch or kind of catch up and things like that. It's crazy. But it's cool, and I agree. It's the interaction, because I love when people comment on the show, because it shows that there's humanness there, you know, and it's not just me and you talking. There's also a wider field of people watching and stuff, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's so nice. So nice.
So then now you're physically working at Spar, and then as lockdown kind of eases, hopefully things will open up a little bit more and you'll be able to get back to some more stuff.
Yeah, we started, like, we are taking bookings now through Superheroes NI for birthdays, like if they're outdoors and able to be spaced, because they are able to happen, but I think everyone's just, well, it's hard with the weather here to plan ahead, and then some people are on edge, and it is difficult, but especially I even saw like soft play areas are opening at the end of August, so things are definitely starting to ease up. But yeah, I'm starting to get a few inquiries, but it's still difficult because obviously when the kids are really young, they just want to run up to you, and it's like, it's just not the same.
I know, and they're like, yeah. Because that's what's going to be hard whenever we've got the kids. And I know Fine Valley with Lydia and Lila, it's the same thing. We'll be going out somewhere and they'll see someone and they'll just want to run and hug them. And then Lila actually today broke my heart, because a person had called over to drop something off, and all she wanted to do was run out and hug them. And then I lifted her up and said, you can't. She goes, I miss people. And I was like, oh, my heart. Oh, my heart. But yeah, the sooner the little kitty things get back up and running, the better, I think, for those guys. You know, after being told for over 100 days you're not allowed to go touch anybody like that, you know, or even go hug anybody or go give your granny a kiss, like that's so tough for them, because they're gonna come out of it and they're gonna be like, I'm not allowed to touch you.
Yeah, it's so strange. Then the barriers just lifted. It's so good for them.
Well, Rebekah, we've got to that point of the show where I believe you're going to play live for us. Which I'm buzzing about. Dance Monkey, am I correct?
Yes, yeah. Dance Monkey is the song I'm hoping to play for you. It's just a fun one. Everyone always says it's fun.
And this will give our audience a bit of a taster of what your lives are like, and if they enjoyed it, they'll be able to go onto your Rebekah Boyd singer and pianist page.
Singer and pianist.
And they'll be able to watch it as well. So Rebekah, I'm now going to throw you up on the full screen, and it's all you, chum. So you just take it away in your own time.
No worries, that'll do. Okay, so this one's Dance Monkey. There you see, oh my gosh, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place it both in mine. You know you shut me dead when I was passing by. And now I beg to see you dancing one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. Oh my, I like your style. Ooh, you make me wanna try. Now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me. Oh, 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 oh. Never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, yeah, 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 yeah. When you're done, I'll make you do it all again. I said, oh my gosh, I see you walking by. Take my hands, my dear, look me in my eyes. Just like a monkey, I've been dancing my whole life. Just to beg to see you dancing one more time. Ooh, I sing you every time. Oh my, I like your style. Ooh, you make me wanna try. Now I beg to see you dancing one more time. it for? They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, yeah, yeah, yeah. When you're done, I'll make you do it all again. They say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh. Never seen anybody do the things you do it for. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, yeah, yeah, yeah. When you're done, I'll make you do it all again. Whoa, whoa, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh. Never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, yeah, yeah, yeah. When you're done, I'll make you do it all again. They say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, 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 oh. Never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, yeah, yeah, yeah. When you're done, I'll make you do it all again. All again. And that was just so great.
That was awesome. Well done. Great job. That sounded great. I'll swap our
Thank you.
cameras again.
Well
Back the right way. Well done. That was brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Sounding
Oh,
great.
that's always
Loving the
fun,
sound. Loving it. So thank you very, very much, Rebekah, for coming on to show 24, I think this is, of the series, and kind of finishing us off with you're the cherry on top of all the different people we've had on, Rebekah, from
Oh,
West
thank you
End
so much.
stars to USA TV stars to heads of the NHS and Peter Corey and all sorts. You're the cherry on top. You're the cherry on top, Rebekah. So you are. Real world, real talent. That's Rebekah. So thank you so much for coming on the show. Lots of love and comments coming in there for you, for your song as well. So again, thank you so much. And I'm sure we will be in touch and we'll be seeing you very, very soon. Is that cool? And make sure you guys, go and check out Rebekah Boyd, singer and performer, on Facebook. I love it. All right.
Thank you so much.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. So there you go, folks. That was Rebekah Boyd. She was incredible. She was dabby dozy. So like I said to you guys as well, we are going to show video from the vault. And we have just a couple more minutes before we do that. Lovely comments coming in there. Meg saying, you're amazing. And Nathan, who is Rebekah's #1 top fan, is also going, love hearts, love hearts, love hearts, love hearts. Apologies if it came through slightly distorted with the piano. It's just the live setting and the microphone pickup on the other side. So fingers crossed, it came through to you guys okay. It was a wee bit distorted here in the studio, but hopefully from the comments that were coming through, it seemed to come through okay. With that being said, I think we are going to show the Sister Act musical. I'm gonna veto on it because we only had one vote for Hard to Be the Bard, one vote for Sister Act, but I'm gonna veto it because I just love watching Harry Smith in this number. It's a secret guilty pleasure because he's hilarious. So I'm now gonna fire that up on screen for you guys, and hopefully you all enjoy our Sister Act medley. Take it away, Molly. Just has to load first. It's coming. I've got the loading wheel of death, folks. It is coming. Thanks very much for joining me, folks, while it's loading. I appreciate it. You can come on at any time. I think it's currently probably in a Dropbox, and it's probably just trying to sync. I think that's probably what it was. I think I was cleaning the laptop, and I think I synced most of these. Whoopsies. That's okay, though. That's okay.
Hold on. Started my life in a worn, torn dress that somebody threw out. I knew the way it felt to always live in doubt, to be without the simple things, so afraid my friends could see the guilt in me. So I got a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day. But I never lost 1 minute of sleeping, worried about the way the things might have been. I was a devil with a blue dress, blue dress. I was a devil with a blue dress on. Sugar pie, honey bunch, you know that I love you. I can't help myself, I love you and nobody else. Oh yeah, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, Mr. Postman. Oh yeah, please, please, Mr. Postman, deliver the letter, the sooner the better. She wore a itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. Stop in the name of love. And my mama told me, you better shop around. Do the hustle. Do the hustle, but it wasn't enough, baby, because I needed cash. I needed money, 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 money. I was a bad girl, talking about the sad girl, Mr. Big Stuff. Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? You're never gonna get my love, but he did. He got my coat, he got my purse, he even got my cousin pregnant. And when I tried to kick him out, baby, you know what I did. I whipped out his great big shotgun. Shoot him for a run now. Do the jerk, baby. Do the jerk now. Hey, I had nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. I had nowhere to run to, baby. I had nowhere to hide until nothing you can say can tear me away from my God. Nothing you can do, 'cause I'm stuck like glue to my God. He may not be a movie star, but when it comes to being happy, we are. There's not a man today who can tear me away from my God. What you say? There's not a man today who can tear me away from. I love him, I love him, I love him, I love him, I love him. Woo! I will follow him wherever he may go. There isn't an ocean too deep, a mountain so high he can keep me away from his love. Why? We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing, swing. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. Woo! We are family. Get up, everybody. Get up, everybody. Get up, everybody, and sing.
Well done. Sorry it took a wee second to load there, folks. I put it up in the Dropbox out of the way for storage. And it just took a wee second, but come on, how good is that? What a great way to bring our show to a conclusion here this evening. Folks, can I just say on a personal behalf, it's been a joy to put this show together, and I've really, really enjoyed it. It's been fun, but it's also been hard work. Every Monday you have to prep for the Tuesday show. Every Wednesday you do the Thursday show. So most of the week is taken up by trying to have this show and put it out there for you wonderful, wonderful people, just to have a little bit of joy during this lockdown time. Fingers crossed we're able to branch on this in the future, not just myself, but maybe have a few other different people coming on in shows. Like, I would love to do the Sophie and Jack show this way, because then like I said, it interacts with people and they'll be able to ask questions and talk to them as well. So hopefully we'll get that sorted down at the studio and things like that in the future. But again, thank you so much to all of my guests who have also been on the show, from Netta Nasruddin over in California running Rise Up For You, Octavius Womack, Jason O'Neill, James Cristiano, Chris Smith, The Real Princesses NI who were on, Rebecca for tonight, and James Pattison, a good friend from the West End, Alyssa Klein. Oh my days, I could go on and on. Mr. Peter Corey, and all those guys. Thank you so much. And Jordan Buat, who was on the show as well, LA TV star. So folks, thank you very, very much, and I will leave you with this last bit of advice. It is our positive quote for ending the show, and it is this. And it is from the wonderful Miss Anne Frank. Everyone has inside of them a piece of good news. The good news is that you don't know how great you can be, how much you can love, and what you can accomplish, and what your potential is. So everyone has inside them a piece of good news. The good news is you don't know how great you can be, how much you can love, and what you can accomplish, and what your potential is. So folks, there you go. As we finish off this show, know that you have so much inside of you to give, and that you can pass that on to others in a positive way, pay it forward. And just remember to share love, be positive, say kind things to people, and uplift people for who they are. So thank you for joining me tonight on Candid Live. I wish you all the very, very best. And with the ending titles, I look forward to maybe seeing you sometime in the very, very dear future. Good night and God bless. Bye.